your girl has a long way to go. And, you know, I just need everyone watching right now to just send your prayers to God. Hey guys, what's up? It's Chelsea, and in this video I wanted to talk about my dissertation and where I am right now and the progress of that. So as you can tell by the title, your girl is very stressed about the dissertation. So since the qualifying exam is done, we know how stressful that was for me. Since that's done, I've transitioned from being a student to a doctoral candidate. So the difference between that is, like, a student, you still have to go through like the qualifying exam and most of the coursework, but once you finish the qualifying exam, then you become a candidate, and then like the last things you have to work on are the dissertation and the internship. So I'm now a doctoral candidate and I have to focus on the dissertation, but the issue is the motivation to work on this dissertation right now has been tanking, and I don't know if it's partly because I have to stay home and can't go in person to school to work on it, but it's been hard. So I've been procrastinating, and you know, I have the free time to do work on it, but it's just like I'd rather look at stuff on Pinterest or record YouTube videos or cook or do anything else. But I wanted to tell you guys about how I got to the point where I am right now in my dissertation and like the steps following up to it. So for my program, you're supposed to start the dissertation seminar, which is like the first class for it, in your second year of the fall semester. But for me, I started it in my first year in the fall semester because I got 30 credits from my master's program applied to the doctoral program credit requirements, because I got my master's degree from the same university where I'm getting my doctorate from. So they took 30 credits. That was awesome. So I was able to start the dissertation earlier, a whole year earlier. So in my mind, I'm thinking, yes, this is gonna be knocked out, you know, real easy, real quick. And yeah, no, the first year was, you know, it was a lot. And, you know, I started working on the dissertation in the seminar class because we had like assignments working up to like a final assignment that you had to do, which was the prospectus. So in that dissertation seminar class, that's where we figured out what our topic was gonna be on. And so I came up with this topic that I wanted to do and ended up changing it like halfway through. And then once I figured out the topic that I was going to do, I had to do like a mini proposal, which is the prospectus. So that was essentially like me talking about what my topic was and starting with like a funnel. So like the history of it, why it's important, my topic that I was going to cover, how my research study would look, the participants, the methods that I would use, and it's like a perspective. Like, this is what my dissertation will be on. So that was the fall semester. After that, it got approved. Yeah, I got my chair set up. So I reached out to the faculty who had research interests that were similar to mine, and I asked them if they would be like willing to be on my dissertation committee. So I got my chair, which is like the lead person who I'll be working with throughout the whole thing, and then I have a I have a second reader and a third reader. So then after we go through all the nitty-gritty details and I have like the proposal done, which is like the bulk of it, it's like a literature review, and it's the same thing like the funnel. So the history, why is your topic important, you know, statistics, related articles that talk about your topic, gaps that are in the literature, what you're going to do in your study, what that's going to look like, and the participants. That's the proposal. So I'm supposed to work on that with my chair heavily, and then once we get through all those edits, then that copy will be sent to the second and third readers. They'll review it, give me things to change, and then from that, we'll all meet together for like my proposal meeting review to see if there's any other changes that need to be made, and then I'll make those changes, and then I'll have my proposal defense. And after the proposal defense, then I can move on to doing the actual study and then do the results, analyze the results, and finish the whole entire thing. So right now, still working on that proposal, and I've only submitted one draft. I'm supposed to submit my second draft, but the thing is, your girl has not been working on it because okay, so these semesters, like, they increase in the level of stress and not even difficulty, but like my time that I have to do things just goes from like here to here to here to here to here every semester. And so your girl is burned out, and I have not been working on this dissertation, but I want to work on it. It's just the motivation to do it is not there. So I have these documents that I created like way before, like in the dissertation seminar class, which was in the fall of 2018, mind you, and I'll insert a clip right now of the documents that I created at that time.
Okay, so this is the first document that I had to create in my dissertation seminar class. It was a timeline, and we all had to lay out the stages to complete our dissertation. So from beginning to end, here I am right here in this highlighted place, needing to work on my second draft. And then I created a syllabus for myself that mimics like what a regular course syllabus looks like. And it has an outline and deadlines of when I want things to be done. So down here I have it organized by the week, the topic or section in my dissertation, and then the articles that correspond to it. And so they correspond by the colors of the section and the articles together. If it's highlighted, that means that I need to write about it in my proposal and cite it. And if it has a check mark next to it, that means that I have already fully read the article and wrote an annotated bibliography for it. And so I have a document for annotated bibliographies, which is essentially all of my resources together with small summaries of what the resource is about. So they're organized by the sections of my paper. And if it's highlighted, that means I have to write about it in the paper. And if it's not highlighted, like this one, that means it's already included. And the last document that I created for myself was an outline of my dissertation and the list of resources. So this is where I put down my thoughts and plans for sections of my dissertation and the assessment part of it for like the actual research study. And I have a list of all the resources that I'll be using for my dissertation here, and they're in alphabetical order, APA format. So those are all the documents that I use for my dissertation to keep myself organized.
So yeah, those are all the documents that I use, and so I keep having to revise my timeline and my syllabus to be up to date. And so, you know, I'm still allowing myself to finish the entire dissertation by 2021. It's just now I have a shorter amount of time to get this proposal done, because the goal, as you saw, is by November. So, you know, I need your prayers. Like, I just need us all to come together, even though we can't because of this social distancing. But I need y'all to just stretch your arms out and just pray for me, okay? Because your girl is stressed. Your girl is very stressed. And I want to work on this dissertation. I want it to be done. I want it to be done before I go on the internship. And that brings me to the next thing, this internship. The internship can be done in the 4th year. So my program is like a 3+1. So 3 years of coursework, and then the 4th year can be your internship. But now that this pandemic has been going on, it wrecked my plans of potentially being able to finish the program in 4 years because of the hours that I need from practicum placements to apply for an internship. So for the internship year, every site has different hour requirements as far as like the direct contact hours you need to have with clients. And what direct contact hours are essentially like face-to-face hours, like where you're meeting with clients doing therapy and interventions or assessments. So they all have hour requirements for direct contact, and then they also have hour requirements for like total hours at a practicum altogether. So there's the total hours, and then a portion of that is your direct contact hours. So this is your girl's first practicum, and I don't have the hours that I need right now, and I was planning to do a practicum in the summer so I could build up my ability to be a good candidate, because in the fall I'll be at a new placement, and by that time, with the regular hours that I was going to be doing, I would have enough hours to meet the requirement for the internship applications, specifically for my first choice. And so that's the first part of it. I was planning to have the hours met by the time applications were supposed to be submitted, which is in November of this year. The second part of being able to apply for the internship is having your proposal for the dissertation defended. So that was my goal. My goal was to have the dissertation proposal defended before applying to the internship and having the hour requirements there. But the world is ever changing and wrecking my plans. And so I don't know if I'll be able to get a summer practicum to get the hour requirements that I need. And it's very, very stressful. And I'll show you guys what my hours look like right now.
Alright, so this is time to track where I record all the hours and things that I do for my practicum. The top left graph shows my hours over time, and then it shows like where it dropped. So it dropped during the winter break, and now it's dropping now because of adjusting to doing telehealth services instead of in-person services. Then on the top right graph, it shows my hours by domain. So green is for supervision, yellow is for my direct contact hours, and orange is for everything else that I do. And then the bottom graph shows my hours compared to individuals' average hours who got accepted or matched to an internship. So my hours are in the orange, and then the low average is in the blue, and the high average is in the green. So I have a very long way to go. I need to at least be where the blue range is, or in the middle of where the green range is, in order to have enough hours.
So your girl has a long way to go, and you know, I just need everyone watching right now to just send your prayers to God, knock on his door till he responds, and let him know that your girl, she needs a summer practicum this year, and she needs the motivation to work on this dissertation. Okay, so that's where I'm at right now. Your girl is very stressed, and you know, I'm just hoping that if I push myself to work on this dissertation, I'll start moving along. But right now, I'm in the thick of this second draft, and I just need that little nudge. I need the nudge to get things going. And so hopefully things will be more complete than they are right now. Lord Jesus, help me. Well, that's the end of this video, guys. If you're interested in following me on this journey, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, like this video, share comments if you're going through a dissertation process like me. Tell me how far along you are, what things you use to keep yourself accountable and on track with your timeline. Send your prayers to me, okay? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!